right into it.
Do you think Hunter looks a little weird without his beard?
Are we just gonna jump into this?
You do look like a prepubescent boy.
Prepubescent now. This is where
I'm just kidding.
We do the podcast without Hunter now. Because he
took his manhood off his face.
He jumped in front of a moving vehicle.
Happened to be his own rolling down a hill.
Yes, I put that boy in neutral and then sat in the middle of the road.
And then proceeded to jog down the hill and lay.
And I can jog pretty quick because I've not hit puberty yet, obviously. Well, now that we've insulted Hunter, I think we maybe should start the podcast, Jacob.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
But the part that is stopping me from starting this podcast is my feelings and my eyes from tearing up because you guys are the meanest.
We could be way meaner, sir.
Okay, be meaner. Say something meaner.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Put me on the spot.
Say something meaner.
You can't tell me to say something meaner. It just comes to me. Dude, I can't think of anything. I'm not a naturally mean person, especially to people I like.
Well, that's a big old shitball of lies.
At first, I was going to say something along the lines of something about a penis, but I was like, that's weird. And then I was going to call you, like, a boiled egg. But I was like, I don't know. There's any relation to that.
Okay, you saying a boiled egg.
I was you said you without a beard looks like my scrotum.
God.
Or something like that. But I didn't.
Yeah.
See? Now I did, though. The beans are spilled.
No, the beans are spilled. I could say something along the lines of, Jacob, your physique looks like a hard-boiled egg.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Do you know how round those boys are?
That's not true, though.
Yeah, well, my face doesn't look like a scrotum, sir.
Okay, that's true.
My name is Hunter. And
Hello.
Hello, my name is Hunter.
And my name is Jacob.
And this is the Only Friends on Friday podcast.
A podcast where we talk about creepy and crawly things and make fun of each other constantly.
Constantly making fun of each other's faces and or bodies. And talking about creepy bodies, scary faces, and spooky booties. We talk about scary things and make fun of them, kind of.
Kind of.
You regurgitating there, Mama Bird?
How dare you refer to me as a mama bird?
I just don't know where to begin here until you finish this intro.
I will finish this intro as soon as you finish.
I will finish this intro as soon as you finish being a man. I don't know how to describe this podcast other than great times. Great times spent with friends on Friday.
And it is, in fact, only on Fridays, no other days.
Absolutely no other day can we physically be in contact in a friendly manner.
If we see each other outside of a Friday or outside of work, we just start tussling right away.
We start brawling. We start literally headlocks all the time.
Headlocks, leg locks. You know, fist to the mouth, to the ears, to the nose.
Thigh locks.
Just
Hello.
It's bad when Amber's cringing over here.
This is the podcast where we talk about wrapping each other's thighs around each other. I'm sorry.
If you're not uncomfortable yet, you belong here. Dear God. What the hell? Hunter, what day is it?
Jacob, do you know what day it is?
I don't know what day it is.
I'm going to tell you what day it is.
Please tell me.
But before I do that, just looking up the September National Days, something I missed on the last one.
You missed something?
I missed something. September 1, what day was that? That was like a Monday or something? September 1 was a Sunday. Thank you, Amber. I missed it because we were not friends on Sunday, but it was National Chicken Boys Day.
Chicken Boys? Like
it says National Chicken Boys Day. It was on September 1. It's a day that Chicken Boy Day honors the birthday of interesting statue. It's a statue in California that is called the Chicken Boy.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
That's amazing. I want that in my backyard. But no, today is September 27th. I don't know about you, Jacob. I've had enough of milk. I hate... Every day is basically something milk day.
There's more?
It's National Chocolate Milk Day.
Okay. I mean, that's valid.
I mean, that's valid. I like chocolate milk. I like a little cocoa milk. A cacao bean.
What is that?
A cacao.
What is that?
That's where they get chocolate from, the bean.
The cocoa bean?
Yeah, but it's a cacao.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. I need some fact check. It's National Crush a Can Day.
Have you crushed a can today yet, Hunter?
I have yet to crush a can, and I'm sorry to say that I may or may not crush a can today.
I can't remember the last time I've crushed a can, to be honest with you.
Can we get a can in here and crush it? This is the part of the episode where we crush a can on National Crush a Can Day. Would you like a turn, Jacob?
Of course. Gotta give it a nice squeeze every once in a while.
And final crush.
Alrighty, this has been the Only Friends on Friday podcast.
Basically over with now. It's National Corned Beef Hash Day. You ever had corned beef and hash?
Corned beef and hash?
Yeah, it's where you put a sweet old hashy doob in corned beef. What was that? No, I'm just kidding. It's just a meal.
That's an edible?
Oh my god, it is National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS Awareness
Dear
Day.
God, what a day.
Day to be aware of. But you know what you can also use to cover up your AIDS is a scarf. It's National Scarf.
God! Charlie, so you took your scarf off. Those AIDS I see.
It's National Scarf Day. I mean, Jacob, I don't know how you take that. You could take that as the longed cloth that wraps around your neck.
Longed cloth. Is that what they call it now?
Or
reveal thy longed cloth.
or National Scarf Day. You just got it. You have to scarf down all the food.
Whoa, I didn't even think about it in that sense.
Exactly.
Wow, you're a genius.
Thank you. What do you think National Scarf Day is about? You think it's about wearing a scarf or scarfing down that
I think it's
that guacamole?
The clothing accessory, the neck warmer.
You'd be right.
Okay.
You'd be right. But Jacob, do you know what also today be?
What today be?
Today be Banshee Day.
Be Banshee? What's a Banshee?
It's when you get a rubber band, and you wrap it around some cheese. And then you ask for it at a restaurant. Can I get some Banshees? Banshees.
Dear Lord, that was almost as stretchy as those rubber bands you were talking about.
Yeah, you're right.
Isn't that like the things on the stairs? A Banshee? Like, you broke my Banshee.
I'm sorry, you're gonna need a further explanate.
Oh, that's a banister.
That's a banister, pal. The thing, yeah, that's a banister. Well, let me explain to you what the Banshee is, Jacob.
Please do, because I'm almost as lost can be.
Alright, well. A banshee is a female spirit in Irish mythology who heralds the death of a family member, usually by wailing, shrieking, or keening. Her name is connected to the mythological important tumuli, or mounds, that dot the Irish countryside, which are known as side in Old Irish. The banshee also kind of means woman of the fairy mound, or fairy woman.
Fairy mound?
Yeah, like a fairy hill, I guess. Like a fairy pile.
A pile of fairies.
Exactly.
Is that how they hibernate?
Yeah, it's basically just like a fairy pile that they just hibernate on, and then 27 months later, baby banshees come from it. But mainly, Jacob, the legend of the banshee is what we're gonna talk about right now. When most people think of a banshee, they imagine a floating, spectral figure, wailing and generally being extremely frightening. You may also be aware of an old belief which states the banshees are harbingers of death. A banshee is said to be a fairy in Irish legend, and her scream is believed to be an omen of death. The scream is also called Cawin, which means keening, and is a warning that there will be an imminent death in the family. And as in Irish families blended over time, it is said that each family has its own banshee. Whoa, so the banshee...
What?
The banshee is like a death gong that just goes off when someone in your family is going to die.
A living or not death gong assigned per family.
Yeah, so how
does that work?
So the Addams family, no pun intended, has their own Banshee, and also the Stevenses, they have their own Banshee.
Okay, I understand that.
And Elizabeth Stevenses is ill, and that Banshee starts wailing.
Just wailing away.
And no one knows that she's ill until that Banshee sings. Is that how that works, maybe? Did they warn the family of the death before they even know of the death?
Can you give me an example of the sound it makes?
Yeah, sure.
Get ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I feel good. That was pretty good.
Nah, yeah, I mean, it has to be way, like,
either like that.
just super guitar sound distorted on there, probably, because there's no way it's that soft. It has to be a screaming, wailing.
Unless it's just, like, you just have, like, a dual deep-voiced Banshee, you know? And it'll be like, oh, like one of those, very, very long and drawn out.
A male Banshee. Even though I think it's supposed to be a female.
Oh, no, not a male, just a deep-voiced female Banshee.
A testosterone woman.
Yes, very jacked. She lifts weights on the daily.
I see. Okay. I think the Banshee would really honestly sound more of like a pterodactyl and less like the singing sounds that we're doing. You know, more of a... You know?
That was scary.
You know?
That was quite terrifying.
No, you did. You're welcome. Now, Jacob will perform ASMR kisses in order to comfort your ears. Go.
Will I? There you go. One for each ear. There you go. A Banshee is a disembodied spirit and can appear in any of the following forms. Number 1, a beautiful woman wearing a shroud.
A shroud, eh?
What the hell's that?
A shroud?
Yeah.
I think a shroud is just like a straight up tablecloth dress.
Nice.
I think.
2, a pale woman in a white dress with long red hair.
Ooh, red hair.
Number 3, a woman with a long silver dress and silver hair.
Ooh, silver hair. Silver dress. You think she shines bright like a diamond?
You took that from my lips.
Yeah, I did.
I was gonna say that, but yes, I do think so. I think she glistens in the sunlight.
She probably glistens in the sun and or moonlight and or starlight, and she screams away to the families, but they don't even care because she's just so shiny and beautiful.
Okay, so this list goes from, a woman with a long silver dress and silver hair, right? To number 4, a headless woman carrying a bowl of blood that is naked from the waist up. How does she scream?
Okay, so she's wearing pants at least.
She's wearing pants at least.
Oh, good. Thank God.
It's like that's where her mouth is.
I'm sorry?
Well, she's headless.
So she has a,
like Lil Wayne says,
No. No. What you're telling me is you're assuming that because she's headless and she's screaming, she has a genitalian mouth.
That's exactly what I'm assuming in this situation.
I mean, that makes the most sense.
That sound's got to be coming from somewhere, Johnson. Stop denying it. Don't turn this podcast off quite yet.
She also has... she honestly only has 2 orifices that this sound could be coming from. Not like armpit sound or anything.
No. This is coming straight from the throat.
Straight belly button scream.
Yeah? You think so? So it's just a gaping hole with teeth and a tongue. Okay,
so naked from the waist up, carrying a bowl of blood. What do you think the purpose of this bowl is? Does she try to get you to drink it? To not be sad about your dead loved one? Is it the blood of your dead loved one?
Maybe she's just a unique artist who's just trying to find herself. And she goes around and paints murals with blood. And he caught her in the act and she screamed in terror.
I would love to never visualize this again. Please move on.
Number 5. An old woman with frightening red eyes, a green dress, and long white hair. Okay, they're getting more colorful as we move down this list.
Yeah, I kind of like this one. This one just seems like it's an old lady.
White hair.
White hair.
Red eyes, green dress. They're getting more fashionable, Hunter.
More fashionable. She got that emerald dress, looking fly, going to the ball.
She just, smoked some smoke, you know what I mean? Her eyes are red and scary.
Red and blazed. Blaze Town. She just went to Blaze Town. She said, "Ow!" That's some good koosh.
And well, my family's dying, someone thought.
My family's dying. But maybe she was just so 420 blazed up that she didn't even know who was dying.
She just had to let out a yelp
Yep.
of happiness.
She said, damn, this some good times I'm having. Sorry about your dad.
Number 6. An old woman with a veil covering her face, dressed all in black with long gray hair.
There's so many different variations here.
I know. So it's like a bride of death, essentially.
So it's like the corpse bride Banshee.
Precisely.
So she's just emits death. So you don't want to see her. She's almost like a grim reaper of a lady, though. I don't want that on me on this Friday. I don't want death vibes on me. Get out of here, Banshee.
Exactly. Close your mouth, Sharon.
Close your mouth wherever it may be. If the Banshee's job is to scream at a wailing, outrageously, ear-bursting rate, that's her job to do that.
Yes.
What if the Banshee just one day said, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to go work at an office.
It must be taxing on their vocal cords. It's really high. It's 77%.
77%, huh? Jacob,
Yeah.
is that what you think?
Precisely.
That's a lot of tax on vocals.
Just take them right out of the chords.
And that's the thing, is she's having to charge all this tax and all this markup to her vocals. She'd much rather just put it in the office. Just go climb in that office chair and just go to town on the keyboard. But then everyone freaking just wonders, she's in the middle of the office jamming out, and then she goes, "Ah!" And then everyone's like, oh shit, who's gonna die next?
It's just for that office.
It's just the office Banshee.
It's not even for families anymore. It's just that office.
Just each company has their own Banshee. And then whenever you hear her, everyone's like, oh god, someone's getting a promotion.
Someone's not making it home.
Historians have traced the first stories of the Banshee to the 8th century, which were based on a tradition where women sang a sorrowful song to laminate. That's not it.
Here's your death certificate. Would you like it laminated?
These women were known as keeners, the quinoa. And since they accepted alcohol as payment, they were said to be sinners and punished by being doomed to become banshees. According to mythology of the Banshee, if she is spotted, she will vanish into a cloud of mist, and the action creates a noise similar to that of a bird flapping its wings. Legend says that the Banshee doesn't cause death. They only serve as a warning of it. Listen, you are about to be gone. The last thing I want to hear is the cry of a banshee lady.
Agreed.
What's the last thing you'd want to hear when you die?
The last thing I would want to hear before I died would probably be Fireworks by Katy Perry.
Honestly, I do not blame you. That is probably the best answer you could have said.
Either that or
just all of the moms telling you they miss you too. Right?
Exactly. Not all banshees are hate-filled creatures. There are some that had strong ties to their families in life and continue to watch over them in death. When they manifest themselves, these banshees appear as beautiful, enchanting women that sing a sorrowful, haunting song which is filled with concern and love for their families. And in most cases, the song can only be heard by the person for whom it is intended. You know, that's way better than a crotch screaming lady with no head.
Right.
It's a beautiful girl.
Are you gonna die or not? You will maybe die in a few days, but you just have to trust me.
What's that whistle? You inhaled and whistled. He's like...
Well, that's the thing. That's the song that you would hear multiple days before your death. Wouldn't that be better than just a scream that you'd hear, letting you know of your imminent death, to where you just would want to hear a theme song for going out?
Just one last theme song. Just...
Jacob did it. He lived his life. Now it's time to go.
Santa Claus is coming tonight. All right.
You think the North Pole has a Banshee?
Do you think Santa's family has a Banshee?
Can you imagine how many times that Banshee just goes off because of all the overworked elves? Jacob, there are a few other legends of this Banshee. Would you like to know them?
I would love to know them.
Other Irish mythology stories relating to the Banshee say that she is the ghost of a young girl that suffered a brutal death, and her spirit remains to warn family members that a violent death is imminent. It is said that this Banshee appears as an old woman with rotten teeth and long fingernails.
Oh, God.
She wears rags and has blood-red eyes that are so filled with hate that looking directly into them will cause immediate death. This Banshee's mouth is always open as her piercing scream torments the souls of the living. Ooh, that's a good visual in my head.
That's a creepy one.
I can literally picture that in my head, just like a super jaw scream mask, like always open, always rotten shouting.
Teeth. Oh
God, gingivitis.
Talk about it, dear Lord.
Oh God.
Thank God that boy's not airborne. I would receive it.
Yeah, good thing you can't freaking catch gingivitis just through the air, right? Huh? What a crazy time that would be. What if it was like a just a straight up disease situation where like you saw a banshee lady, and then you were a banshee lady. Whenever you saw it, just more banshees came.
That's a theory that has some credibility behind it. You see. Mm-hmm. Because this would explain the large amount of banshees that supply the one per family rule.
Right.
I'm still confused. Not really confused, but just curious as to why they continue to, just scream to warn people of death. Like, that can't be a fun career choice.
No, your vocal cords have to vibrate too hard and too painful.
Like, you are a spirit at this point. You've done your labor in life. Mm-hmm. Why continue to do labor and that of such...
In the afterlife, right?
Exactly. And that of such... I don't even know the word for it. Just cruelness to your vocal cords.
Yeah, why are you going to do that to yourself? Just tap on their shoulders. Or like just throw a rock at them boys.
Or just like write a letter and put it on their bed. Hey, bud, you're going to die soon.
You're going to die soon.
It's like, I'm not going to tell you how leoparditis.
Leoparditis.
That's not a thing.
They became human leopards.
Exactly. They started with the spots, then the paws.
And then the quickness.
And then the teeth and the head came later. And then boom, look at me. I'm a leopard and a human.
And that's how the movie...
And that's how I met your mother.
Well, now I know, Jacob. Now I know.
Hey, if your mom's nearby, give her my number. It's 407. No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to be like, 407, I'ma smashyourmom.com or something.
Yeah, that's how phone numbers work, pal.
Yeah.
Hey, call me on my cell phone, google.com. Hit me up anytime you want. My phone number is 407myspace.net. According to some tales, there are evil banshees that derive pleasure from taking a life, and they actively seek out their victims and wail at them to point where the person commits suicide or goes insane. There are even banshees that can tear people to shreds, as these horrific apparitions are what feature in modern-day horror films. It is important to note that banshees do not bring death, however. They warn of it and give the family... Yeah, we already read that. But what I'm saying is, they're basically saying they're going, rah, and then pointing at a cliff, and then people are just so hypnotized by their voice that they just do it.
Whoa.
They're
murdering people here.
Yeah, that's what some people say they do.
So we have some people saying that they're just bells. Some people saying they're beautiful. And then some people saying they're straight up killers. There's some hidden knowledge about these... Dick sitting across from me. There's some hidden knowledge about these women's, if that's what you want to call them.
Banshee women's.
Banshees. No one is actually sure where banshees get their knowledge of a person's death from. One theory suggests that each family member has his own personal observer who follows him around and reports back to the banshee. We have a whole system going now. Now there's an observer that just
Oh
follows
my
you
gosh.
around.
It's just a man named Kyle.
Mine's so ashamed to be my observer, I bet. This is a belief that is slowly dying out, as the tale of the Banshee, which is now regarded as nothing more than a spooky bedtime story. So there are people...
Spooky!
Yes.
Bedtime!
Oh, God.
Stop it!
So you're telling me there's a community of Banshee lovers that are just discuss these theories back and forth, throw them left and right, up and down, and this theory is slowly dying out from that community.
Oh, so you want to talk about Banshee lovers? Is that what you're
Banshee
saying?
lovers or Banshee fantasizers? Because they are pretty women in some people's eyes.
Oh God, just people just doing some Banshee role-playing action.
Oh, God, I wasn't even thinking about that.
That'd be a crazy thing.
I bet you that's a thing. I put money on it, that's a thing.
You think so?
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Oh, God.
Oh God. Oh God. And
Hey,
then,
girl,
Hey.
what's your name? Ooh, I like how you scream.
they're having their fun, right?
Yes.
Going to town. She goes, and then he says, "Oh God, I'm dying."
I wasn't going to end it that
Yeah,
bad.
because then, that's what happens. Then he
Oh.
actually dies because you can't pretend to be a banshee or else it's illegal and you die.
It's illegal in the Banshee world.
Exactly.
And the Banshees will come.
Banshee realm.
Many centuries ago, belief in Banshees was more widespread in Ireland, and being a disbeliever was said to be blasphemous. Perhaps you have a grandparent who still holds this belief. Explanation point.
Blasphemy!
Blast for me! For the rest of us, the legend of the Banshee falls into the myth and superstition category. So if you are enjoying a night out in Ireland and hear a piercing scream, not a piecing scream, piercing, it is unlikely.
Pee!
It is if you go to Ireland and you hear a scream, is it just roleplay? Because it's not the actual Banshee. Should you tell your neighbors to quiet down?
I mean, I will be going to Ireland, and I hope I don't see an actual banshee there. Jacob, from what this is telling me, is that banshees are just crazy screaming ladies.
Sexy girls, if you will.
Oh, is that what
What
it
if there's a Banshee club?
is? Just a banshee nightclub?
Yeah, but instead of showing their bodies, they show their screams.
Oh, who can scream the sexiest?
Yeah. Yeah, they vary from to like, and then you're like, wow, I don't know which one I like better.
I don't know which one I like better. Which one's gonna warn me of my death the sexiest?
And then there's just some weird dudes in there just like,
just ASMR but loud.
yeah, but really loud and no whispering involved.
But here's the thing: if you're at a banshee nightclub and all it is just a bunch of crazy, sexy screams, like that,
Yeah, even.
I mean, how many alive people can there be in there?
Well, that's the thing. You don't come out. That's the catch.
Can you imagine the profit those people get?
Oh, they get a ton.
You go in, they obviously pay to get in, and then they just get to keep whatever's in their wallets when they're.
And they get to sell their bodies as fertilizer.
Oh, like cow manure.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Oh my god.
Now, Hunter,
Yes.
believe it or not, I actually have a story about these sexy ladies.
It is hard to believe, but I guess I'll believe you for now.
Don't get it twisted. It's not my story. I have a story, and it's from the Reddit user Monthy. Goes a little something like this. This is a story my dad told me of his first-hand experience. Short and sweet, so it is. My dad was 18, 19 at the time, with 2 other mates. Hey, I'm 19. They drove to some pub in a rural town. One mate was called Bert.
Bert!
He said, I don't feel too good tonight. Al, my dad, I'll just stay in the car for a bit. So my dad and his other mate went into the pub. This was around 9 p.m. After getting lashed. That's a new one. After
What?
getting lashed and forgetting about him being left in the car, instead of blackout or smacked, getting lashed.
I got 4 lashes on my arm.
I went out last night and got absolutely lashed. He went outside at around 11 p.m. to check on him. He looked in and Bert was in the middle of the back seat, when previously in the front seat. Bolt up straight, tears streaming in a trance-like state with a pale face. My dad tried to open the door, but it was locked. He tried to snap him out of the trance, saying firmly, "Bert, unlock the door! Bert!" Should have said the keys were left with Bert. He opened the doors and immediately said, "Did you hear that?" "Hear what?" said my dad. Bert quickly replied, "Take me home." Not breaking his stare out the windshield, so they drove him home. Bert not saying a word. My dad asking what happened, but he wouldn't reply and didn't want to stress him. So he just dropped him off and Bert just left without saying a word. The next day, other friend asked Bert why he was freaked out last night. He said that the black figure of a woman stood in front of the car, came flying up to the windshield face to face with him, gave a deathly scream with an open mouth so large it was unhuman, with an empty blackness and terrifying eyes, just staring at him, then flew off. He moved seat to feel less exposed. I think he meant to say he moved in the back seat to feel less exposed. Bert's found out that his uncle was pronounced dead around 11 p.m. that night too, and I looked into it. Banshee sightings are to do with someone close dying. And that's it, short and sweet, just like it said. Kind of creepy, it kind of got the chills a little bit.
That is very creepy. Just rushed right up to that windshield, yelled, and your uncle dead.
Wow. What a creepy thing. Oh, that's giving me the chills.
I know.
Especially the way I read that, boy. I made myself scared.
Dude, it's okay.
Dude, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Whoa, bless you. Bless you one last time before Christmas comes this year. Hey. Hey, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just running. I'm running the race. I'm in first place. I'm making this money, boy. You look like paste. Yep, sauce. I sauced your girl. Nope, I'm done.
Done.
Beat's gone. Do you think there's a tender for Banshees?
It'd be called Last Date Ever.
Or The Scream of Love. Screamoflove.com. Swipe left or right. Get a sample of her scream in her mouth.
Get circumference of her mouth measurement. That's
Exactly.
That's in the bio.
Of course.
And then also a wave file of that scream, so you can really get a good swipe going.
Good swipe going, good selection. Find your type, go on a date. Make it a good one. It'll be your last.
And then have Banshee babies.
I don't know how you're going to be a dead boy.
You're going to be a dead boy if, you look into those red eyes. But
Blindfold yourself. Trust your instincts. You'll get it in there, Jackson. I believe in you.
she might help you.
She may or may not help you. Really talking about Banshee sex.
That's all we got.
That's
all the jokes we have.
Banshee sex jokes. The funny ones.
The funny sex jokes. Hey, I think that's all we have to talk about, Jacob.
I think so too, Mr. Hunter. I think that's all we have for today's podcast.
Do you think Banshees exist?
According to my calculations and my Banshee expertise, I believe that Banshees do in fact exist. They have to exist. They have a place in my heart. They're beautiful people. I only like the pretty one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me clarify that.
Okay.
It's the pretty one. I'm making a Scream of Love account. The Scream Smasher is my username.
Screen Smasher.
So, add me. Swipe right. Dear Lord. We're some tired boys.
Oh, and me. Yeah. Do I believe in Banshees? Oh.
Now, Hunter.
Yeah.
Now that you know my belief on these Banshee girls, what is your belief on them, sir?
So, these Banshees are pretty crazy. There's multiple different kinds, according to legend. They reside in Ireland. And, maybe the reason we don't see more of them is because they're in Ireland and we're not there. So I definitely think that there probably is a bunch of Banshees. And you said you liked attractive ones, but my main thing is, if a banshee is a screaming lady that warns you of death, what better banshee symbol is a half-naked Blood Bowl carrier?
Okay.
Or the old lady, not the pretty one.
Yeah. Alrighty, so according to the OFOF community, which is me and Hunter as of now.
Yeah, 1 to 2, 2 to 1. Actually, it'd be 2 of 2.
2 of 2, that's a 100%. Congratulations, you passed the pop quiz. Banshees do exist, according to the OFOF community.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the support. We really appreciate it. It feels nice. It warms our cold, cold bodies.
Warmth.
Warmth and love. You guys are dope.
Really appreciate you listening. If you enjoyed this, I hope you give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on Spotify. Just however you like to listen to us, you can find us on it. And if you don't like listening to us on Spotify and iTunes, I don't know why you don't. They're best. You can watch us on YouTube as far as just listen on YouTube. And that's Only Friends on Friday on YouTube.
Yes, and if you want to stay updated on, new episode uploads, teaser trailers, we interact the most with people on Instagram.
Instagram.
And our Instagram is _podcast. That is OFOF_podcast. Shoot us a DM, comment down in this post what you think, what you like about the podcast, what you don't like about it, what you want to hear next, if you think they're real or not. Just talk to us. We want to hear from you. We respond to everyone.
Talk to me, and I will talk to you. Talk to me. Do. And Twitter.
Well done. That was done. We're steadily growing on Instagram, and it means a lot to Hunter and I. We make it a point to answer every DM and every comment for the most part, unless you're just being a penis boy.
You can't just be a silly little wanker tittle.
Exactly. But yes, we really appreciate the support. It feels great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us on all the platforms, like Jacob said, Instagram. Also follow us on Twitter at OFOF Podcast. We got a Snapchat. Add us on there, OFOF_podcast. And like us on Facebook, Only Friends on Friday on Facebook.
I believe that does it for the shameless plugs.
That does it. We are shameless.
Shameless? Shameless? Without Shane?
Where are you, Shane?
Shane, please be with us.
Come on, Shane. Get rid of that Banshee girl and come hang.
She's always yelling at him.
She's always screaming. You know what the thing about Banshees? They always just yelling at you.
I know. You gotta rethink the whole girlfriend part. Anyways, my name is Jacob.
And my name is Hunter.
And we are the Only Friends on Friday podcast.
The Only Friends on Friday podcast. This has been a great episode, and I hope you enjoyed.
We are City Boys.
And we have made it. City Boys, we made it.
City Boys, we've made it.
And hey, you right there.
You right there with the headphones on, or AirPods, car radio, phone, radio, speaker, whatever you're listening to us with.
It's you. And you have a mom.
Hey, how's your mom?
Tell her we miss her.
Tell her we miss her.
Is your mom a banshee?
She's a screaming hoe, isn't she? Leave that boy.
Leave it?
Possibly.
Yeah, why not?